Hey, it's your boy Tone Perrion, aka Tone Twisted.
And I'm Freeman, aka Freestyles.
We're bringing y'all that real hip hop from Asia
to international, global, worldwide.
You are now watching Kuastyle.
Let's get with it.
Rap of China, you know it.
Yes.
I know it.
Yes.
Your grandma watches it.
Hell yeah.
My IE is like the biggest fan. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's hip. Whether you like the show or not, what's inarguable is that, boom.
Exposure.
Explosion of exposure to hip hop all over fucking China.
Well, ICE spent 3 billion RMB on it last year, so hell, hopefully it had to do something, right?
I feel like it's great. In my opinion, it's huge for the culture, right? Now, we've seen this massive explosion happening, and then, of course, government came through with the ban.
Yes. Earlier this year, late last year. Our boy PG1, right?
PG1.
Yeah. So,
y'all know the story. We don't got to tell you. But as far as the band is concerned, how real is this?
Since after the ban, you're still doing your music. I'm still listening to my thing. They haven't banned my QQ music of all the rap songs on the platform. I'm still reading WeChat articles about it. How severe is the ban? Or is there a ban just a word to scare people off and say, hey, you gotta work proper now.
Yeah.
You gotta do right songs. You gotta make sure your message isn't about anything dirty.
And I think that's the biggest point. Kind of an admirable thing, right? Like, hip-hop does not represent just, fucking bitches, getting money and doing drugs.
Yeah, or gun violence.
And gun violence and, you know what I mean? All of the negative things that have been in materialism, the negative things that have been associated with it. You know what I mean? And I feel like China doesn't want that to be associated with it at all. So, in a cool way, they're kind of being able to regulate hip-hop and, being able to really brand, and from what we're doing, is exposing the real and the positive side to what's really popping off.
And I think it actually brings another point as well, because rappers now should be thinking about, well, we're not going to talk about that stuff, then we should be creating our own thing instead of copying what the Americans rap and hip-hop scene is doing.
Exactly, and that's what makes real.
Yeah. Be yourself.
Be yourself.
To me, I think that's a great thing. But at the same time, though, from a stumbling perspective, we also had some over-commercialization of the hip-hop genre itself. We've got toothpaste, washing powder, pantry goods. Everyone wanted to do a hip-hop commercial last year.
Yeah.
To me, that's not just wrong, it's just irrelevant. That's crazy. When we had Alibaba, the Singles Day last year, Pharrell and Chris Wu doing their stage thing, need I say much further, that would not be the brightest point of hip-hop. When I got onto the plane last year, there was this article about how to be a rapper in 7 steps. That caught me off guard in a very big way. That's the impact of hip-hop, both good and bad, of what Rap of China did last year, I'd say.
And again, like you kind of mentioned too, it's really like revamping the underground. So there's a lot of underground rappers here in Shanghai that I've seen being able to really explode, thanks to the Rap of China, as an exposure. Now people they want to know what's really going down in their community. You know what I mean? I even had the blessing to perform at the legendary Shelter, before that was shut down. And it's the same deal.
Yeah.
Shelter and that whole street was just too popping, and then
Too
they're
good
like,
to be true, right? Yeah.
No. You know what I mean? But hip-hop, of course, the underground is now being exposed. But the underground has been here for a minute.
I mean, when you think about what Showtime has been doing, and I might.
Shout out Showtime.
Yeah.
313, you feel me?
He's ongoingly, year after year, non-stop across the whole country, bringing in different cultures together, bringing the whole hip-hop elements together, and at the same time, going back to the old school days. I lived in Taiwan, Hong Kong, and then China in the last 6-7 years, and have seen how it's evolved before the Rap of China. So there's always things buzzing. I've got homies in Hong Kong who are still doing tracks. They've never given up their games. Rap of China gave them a belief that there is something that they can do more than just being always underground, always experimenting. And one guy that's been very obviously doing that for the last decade or so would be Edison Chen, right? He's gone from a rapper to an artist to a collaborator to a movie star.
Yo, speaking of Edison Chen,
yeah.
Yo, shout out to my boy G out in Shenzhen, cause he hooked me up with the limited edition.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take these motherfuckers off. The limited edition Clot Nike AF1s. The cool thing about these sneakers, first of all, the outer layer has got this cool silk thing going on, paying tribute to Chinese roots, right? But when you rip it and you take off, there's layers to this. And maybe this actually is kind of symbolic to the layers of Chinese history, because each of these shoes is kind of customizable in that fact as well. So apparently, Eddie, he just fucking burned his. You know, everyone can rock them their own way, which is cool. Shout out Clat, shout out my boy G.
EDC's been doing a lot of collaborations with the likes of Nike and Disney, right? I mean, these guys knows that he's got the shit, and he knows how to bring stuff back to China, right? You know, with what he did with ASAP in the set last year. I mean,
I got tickets, but I showed up too late. Well, I didn't even show up that late. They just shut the shit down so early. Sheesh, you know what? That's the one thing, man. Like, you, as a rapper in China, you can't be late. You gotta actually be on time.
You're gonna be on time, and you're gonna shut down on time as well.
But it's fashion, right? So that's the dopest thing. Like, he's really he was instrumental in streetwear fashion internationally, let alone just China. But now he's being able to bring everything back to basic. And this is why you can't really ban hip hop, right? Because hip hop isn't just music. It's the graffiti, it's the fashion even, you know what I mean? The dance. But like fashion is definitely like taking over more than anything.
Obviously, you know, been through the older days of hip hop where when I first got introduced, it was more about the music, like the MC Hammer, the Run DMC, and LL Cool J and all that. And then when you look at those guys doing the MTV, then I get to learn about what they wear.
Right.
But in China, or at least from what I've seen, it's sort of like reverse. You know, people see how they dress hip hop, and then let's go yo hip hop, and then and then go to the music after.
Yeah.
There's no right or wrong, no good or bad, right? It's just I guess how the music or how the style has been introduced in this market.
Representing, you know, my American culture, any way that it can penetrate, I think is positive. You know, motherfuckers may not know who Dr. Dre is, but they got the beats. You know what I'm saying?
I guess with that many people in this country, we can't stop it, right? I mean,
definitely no stopping.
No. Speaking of no stopping, Rap of China 2 this year, do you think that's gonna happen?
Rap of China 2, personally, I think it's still gonna be popping off. I may or may not have some inside sources, but yeah, I think it's a go.
To me, I would like to see less commercialism of it, because I think last year was just whoa like this. Let's slow down a little bit. Let's bring in the real elements back in, and let's really educate the audience with the music itself.
That's what's missing, and that's what I think is going to be necessary. And that also is in line with the whole governmental parental guidance.
Yes, I like that word.
The big ass sticker that they just threw on
PG-15 on rap music, right?
Yeah, right? No PG-1 shit.
关注我们，关注我们，关注我们的，
关注我们的微博、微信跟 Instagram。
关注我们，关注我们，谢谢。